Hi, and welcome to the Business Wings podcast. My name's Christina Petrakis, and today I'm talking to Rowan Gormley, founder of Naked Wines.
We've worked with partners. So, for instance, if you're going to Jamie Oliver and click on wine, that's us. If you go to BBC Good Food and click on wine, that's us. We have partners who, for example, want to recruit credit card customers, and they'll use our wine as an incentive, that's the thing. So by working with other companies who've got the right kind of profile of customers, who want to thank them or reward them, wine's a fantastic currency to do that with.
Yeah, definitely. And in terms of growing the business, how did you manage to grow the business?
Well, once we'd worked with partners to get the initial customer base in, a lot of the growth just came from existing customers recommending their friends. So a lot of what we do is we'll say to our customers, we need 1,000 people to each chip in 50 quid to help this winemaker set up in business. We'll get to 800 or 900 or something like that. And when we go back to those people and say, look, we're 100 short, they'll go and tell their friends, listen, come and give us a go. It's really worth doing. And I think having that kind of approach to it has just meant that people bring in their friends and the friends try the wine and they go, oh, this is really good. And then they bring in their friends and on it goes.
Do you buy land and produce on your own land, or how does that work, that aspect of the business?
No, we never buy land and we never buy buildings. And we don't actually buy shares in our winemakers. We don't lend them the money or ask for interest. We buy grapes, we buy, oak barrels, and we pay the winemaker a salary. And so effectively what we're doing is we're buying that crop, that vintage, that production. It means that it's not a sort of risky venture capital business for us, because provided the winemaker makes the wine to taste as good as we hope they will, we've then got a product with a ready-made customer base. So it makes it all very low risk. You get your return on investment, not from earning dividends, but by paying a lot less for fantastic wines.
What's your relationship like with the winemakers?
It's very interesting. I mean, what happens is a lot of these people, we start doing business without ever having met. So you'll be exchanging emails with someone in New Zealand or Australia, and by the time you finally meet up in person, you feel like old friends because you've spoken so often by email. Last night we had one of our winemakers, Benjamin Darno from the Languedoc over, and he stayed at our house last night, and we opened up about 15 bottles of wine so we could try lots of different wines from all over the place.
Oh, nice. And by the end of it, you're probably great friends.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I do home exchanges where you swap halves with complete strangers from Mexico, for example.
Yeah.
And it's a bit similar to that because it's quite an intimate thing to let someone into the house. But because you have a dialogue with them, and eventually you really get to know each other by email. Although often you never meet the people, you do feel like you can trust them with your house and your belongings and your pets and all the rest of it. And they do the same. It's a business that's based on trust.